In this video, I'm going to talk about PMP mindset. Now, this PMP mindset is according to PMBOK 8th edition. I was reading today the PMBOK 8th edition to understand it, to define it, how I can add value into your journey. I'm just reading the principal part, the first standards part of it, then I will build in the PMBOK. Here, the PMI define for the first time the mindset of a project manager. Now, keep that thing in your mind. PMI has been expecting you already know the mindset of project manager. But for the first time, now they have given the definition, although the PMBOK will be applicable from July exam, but this mindset is still applicable. This mindset can help you to solve question answer if you understand this thing. So let's see if I can explain you in a way. The first part, I made a triangle of it. It did not have a triangle, it has a 3 parts, but I like to put triangle on things. Be a proactive leader. Now, this was one of the principles before, and this is what the project management says, but that's a very important time that they have put it into the words. Be a proactive leader, be a proactive project manager, be a proactive process leader. What does proactive mean, and how you can use this ultimately for solving the PMP question? Let me be very fair here. My goal is to give you a straight tips. You go and solve the PMP question. That has always been my goal, and that is the goal of this video. Proactive. This means identify. This means prevent. This means document. This means communicate. This means escalate. So when a problem happens, first of all, the first and the most fundamental principle behind a proactive is that a problem should be identified before even it's happening. That's why you are making the entire risk register. That's why the entire risk process is happening. That's why you are doing quality assurance. You are making quality plan. All the plans are actually being a proactive in nature. Okay. The purpose is to identify the risk, manage the risk, identify the expectations of the stakeholders, manage those expectations, and handle them accordingly. But in case if something is happened and that's an issue, the problem was not identified, communicated to the stakeholders, and if it is above your pay grade, like the benefits are less, the cost is more, that it is beyond your threshold limit, escalate it. Escalate to the senior management. That is being proactive. And of course, always in any case, document that thing so that a management governance board, now in the project management, instead of integration, they are saying it more of a governance, which is actually a better words to use into that. So he's a proactive project manager. He take decisions. Okay. Now the second one is linked with it, ownership. Since he's a project manager, he take ownership of that thing. He build an environment in which stakeholders can learn, team can make mistake. He build an environment around the team members. You see, we are living in an AI world, and we need to take ownership of those things. He is using the RACI and RAM, of course, but he identify what is his responsibility, what are the responsibility of the team, how he is responsible to deliver value to the customer, and if the value is not delivered, what he needs to do. He is responsible. He's a servant leader. They are not using the word of servant leader, but I am saying it, the same mentality is here, that he act on the same methodology. He owns the problem. He try to resolve it and work into that. And the third thing, and that's an important thing, his one eye is always on the value. Project management says that the projects are done to drive values. And that's why you are doing PMP. You are doing PMP because there's a certain salary, if you are talking about tangible, or certain market recognition that you want. That's why you are doing PMP, PGMP, PFMP, to improve your business value. Same goes for that. A project manager should always be a value driven. He should always think about how this thing is going to drive value to my project, how this thing is going to add value in my project, how this thing is going to make sure that the value that for which the project was started is being delivered, right? So he's always moving towards it. So these three elements, he's a proactive, he drives value, and he take ownership, are the three fundamental element which defines the mindset. Mindset, what does mindset actually mean? Let me define that. How he thinks about it, how he take action, how he make processes. These three things interact with each other. I hope that makes sense to you. If it does, put something in the comment. I will make more small videos, 5 to 10 minutes or 3 minutes, that defines what the book 8 says and how it adds value in your project. But this is a small video, the first of many in the series of PMP mindset. Put something in the comment, what confuses you, what clarifies it, so I can make more videos into that. I love your interaction, and if you are first at the YouTube, please do subscribe it and connect me at LinkedIn. And if you need PMP training, feel free to contact me.